what is this? Well, this is known as a Hoodoo Vinegar jar. Okay? The vinegar jar is used to sour something, to drive something away, or to curse something. Okay? It's a darker type container spell in comparison with the sugar jar spell, which I do have another video explaining what a sugar jar spell is used for and basically how to create a sugar jar. Well, it doesn't have to be sugar, sweetener, okay? The vinegar jar is... I needed to do something. It was a little bit darker, okay? And I had to do some work, okay, against somebody else. And when I did that, well, the whole reason is, you know, you can use these vinegar jars for like breakups, divorce. If somebody has made you really mad, pissed you off, you can actually create a vinegar jar spell that will, you know, make their life a little bit more like, you know, bring some hell into their life, eh? So, you know, it's a darker spell for, you know, a little bit darker intent. Okay, and it's not something to like draw a couple together or, you know, make somebody love you, whatever. It's to do something evil. Okay, like break somebody up. I mean, that is not a positive thing. Okay, but you know, sometimes you need to do it. Sometimes you need to do it. So there is a, I'll put the description down in a link below. I'll put down in the description here exactly what you need for the vinegar jar spell. And so, okay, I found this site here. Okay. So really you can do this at any time of the week, okay? It doesn't have to be a specific day. Now there are some days that will be a little bit better to do this, okay? I chose to do mine on Saturday. You can do yours on Tuesday as well. But if it's Wednesday and you really need to do something, then go ahead and do it. It'll probably work if done correctly, okay? So, this is what I did. Printed out a picture, okay, of a couple together. What I did was, on the back side of that paper, that's where I wrote my petition, okay? And you take your pen, which actually, you want to use a black pen for this, okay? You're going to put, you know, their names, okay? You're going to write John Doe, okay? John Doe 3 times, okay? You're going to turn the paper this way. You're going to write, let's say this is a breakup spell, so I'm going to write Jane Doe. Jane Doe. Jane Doe. Okay. Like that. Okay? Now, after you've done that, you need to write your actual petition. When you do that, you do not want to lift your pen off your paper, and you want to write it in a circle surrounding the names. Okay, you don't want it to touch names. You want it in a circle surrounding it. Don't worry about crossing your T's, dotting your I's, or anything like that. Just keep your pen on your paper. Rotate your paper around. If you mess up, you gotta start over. Okay. If you lift your pen off your paper, start over. Okay. So you need to write, you can write, so let's say it's a breakup spell. You can write simply breakup. Breakup, 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 breakup around the names, okay? Or you can get more sophisticated and you can write like, as this vinegar is sour, your relationship will get sour and sour every day, or something like that, okay? But I'm just going to write breakup. There it is. Not too bad. Okay. Next. Sorry about that. Next thing, you want to basically tear the paper in half. Okay. Let's say that on this back side, we have two people, one person, and another person, okay, like that. Their pictures on the back or something like that. Or what you can do is you can actually find an actual copy of their picture with the person that you want to break up, and you can tear that in half. What you want to do is you want to break them apart, right? So what better way than to get a sheet? The picture will connect, and if you can actually get the hairs of both individuals, that would be really ideal. Okay, but in my case I couldn't, so for my spell, I didn't actually do a breakup spell, but it was something else. So you want to tear your paper. You don't want to tear it in 1,000 little pieces, okay? You want to tear it so that, like, John is separate from Jane, right? Okay. Now you're going to fold this paper, okay? You want to fold it back to back, okay? So you want to fold it so that the names aren't touching each other. You don't want the names touching each other. You want them to be separate. Now, if you have photos, you're gonna want to fold the photos inward. You know what I mean? So like you don't want them facing each other in the jar, touching each other, whatever. Okay, you want them to be separate. Okay. Now, many ingredients to this spell. So once you tear your paper in half, but if it's a petition paper, whatever, and whenever you fold these things, you want to make sure that you fold them away from you. You don't want to fold them towards you, okay? You don't want any of this energy coming towards you, okay? You want it to be away from you. Trust me, I know. So once you've done that, you fold the paper up and stick it in the jar. Okay, so now you just have a jar with the paper in it. Okay, and then next thing you're gonna do, okay, is take 9 needles, okay, and 9 nails. Now, if you can get coffin nails, that's even better. Rusty coffin nails, Yeah, you can actually buy those online too. I did in my case. You're going to take those 9 rusty nails. You take those 9 needles. Okay? You're going to put them, you're going to throw them in the jar. Okay? And as you're throwing them in the jar, you need to state your intent. Okay? You need to say, you know, this is a symbol for the wounds that they're inflicting on each other. Okay? Or, you know, these represent the needles they're throwing at one another. Okay? After that, after you do the nails, okay, you're going to break out the cayenne pepper, the black pepper, the red pepper flakes, okay? You can buy all this stuff at the grocery store. It's nice, okay? And you're going to start putting that stuff in there, okay? And it's best if you're angry during this spell initiation, okay? Because that makes it a little bit more powerful. You're putting your anger, and you just, you know, you're pissed off. You know, you want these two people to break up. So, you know, so as you're putting your black pepper in there and your cayenne pepper and red pepper flakes, you're gonna say, you know, this is symbolism for all the discord and strifes and, you know, tension that's, you know, the inflammatory confusion that's going to be caused in this relationship, okay? And the next thing you're going to put in there is some poppy seeds. I was able to find poppy seeds in Walmart as well, in the spice section, okay? And as you're putting your poppy seeds in there, say, you know, this is, you know, a symbol for the, you know, they're not going to be able to communicate anymore successfully. They're going to have communication problems. That's what poppy seed actually causes, okay? And then you're going to put 9 needles. Excuse me, 9 pins. So you need 9 pins, 9 nails, and 9 needles. Now, what's the difference between a needle and a pin? Well, a needle is something that, like, you can thread and stuff like that, you know, to sew, you get a needle, right? But a pin will have a head on it, okay? And this is in the craft section at Walmart, okay? Usually they're like colored of some sort. It's best if you use the black heads, okay? If not yellow, blue, and especially avoid red, okay? But I'm not sure if that matters or not, but in my case, I just wanted to be extremely careful, and, you know, if you want to cause some pain, use the black, right? That's what I thought. So as you're putting the needles in there, the pins in there, okay, you want to say that, you know, this is going to cause them to stab each other in the back, and they're going to, you know, hate each other and stuff, and, you know, that kind of thing. Next, the lemon, okay? You're going to cut a lemon in half, you're going to squeeze the lemon in there, both halves, and as you know, lemon's really sour, right? So this is starting to, and really, it's up to you as to what you want to put in here. I have a packet of gopher dust, and gopher dust is very powerful. Okay, it's called crossing, and it's a crossing type powder that will bring complete destruction to what you're trying to, you know, your intent, or, you know, whoever you're targeting. It will bring complete destruction. Okay, so I put some of this gopher dust powder in here as well. Now, I don't know if you know or not, but you don't hear any dogs around here, and I'm not allowed to have pets. Just not. So, interestingly, the day I'm supposed to do the spell, the day I was planning to, I was planning to do it on Saturday. One of the things the spell calls for is dog feces. Okay? Now that's pretty gross. That is pretty gross. I'm not getting dog feces. I'm getting a battery for my vaping. But you know, it's funny how things work, and you know, I think sometimes if nature recognizes that you need something, and your intent is pure, nature will provide it for you. You need to acquire dog poop, okay? Fresh is best. Now, like I said the day before I was planning to do this, I parked my car, okay? And it was like a parking lot, like behind the parking lot there was like a grassy area, okay? Literally right behind my car, okay, there was like a pile of dog poop just sitting there on the ground. And I was like, well, this is kind of weird. And, you know, I had bags and stuff in my car too. It was just so weird how it all worked out for me, okay? So I turned the bag inside out, picked up the dog poop, put it in the bag. I mean, it reeked, okay? It was gross. But let me tell you that if your intentions are to cause something to happen, and the spell calls for something, and you don't get it, well, it may still work, but is it going to really do exactly what you intended? Is it going to be as powerful? Probably not. So I got it. It worked for me. And I'm going to add that to the jar next, okay? Once you add that to the jar, it's going to stink. um, and I don't think I mentioned, but whenever you get your jar, you want to make sure that you get a metal lid jar. You also want to make sure that your jar is pretty healthy. As far as like, you don't want a cracked jar, you don't want to screw around. You want a good quality jar. Because what's going to happen is when you put those nails, rusty nails, whatever, and blah blah blah, lemon, and you know, all these herbs and goofer dust, whatever, the vinegar in the jar reacts with the other substances and creates a gas. Okay. Now I can imagine the gas probably reeks. Okay. You don't want that jar to break. So it's customary tradition to actually keep the jar wrapped in a thick black cloth whenever you're not working with it. Okay? So now, because it's a vinegar jar, we need some vinegar, right? So you just want to go ahead and fill up the jar with vinegar. And in my case, you know, in my example here, I created a breakup spell. So as you're filling with the vinegar, you want to say, you know, well, I don't think I mentioned, but whenever you put the dog poop in there, you want to say like, you know, the relationship is just, you know, gonna turn shitty and crappy and gross. You know what I mean? Because that's what dog poop is, right? So for everything you put in your jar, you definitely want to state your intent as to what it actually means. Okay? Now, whenever you put the vinegar in, you want to say, the relationship is becoming sour and sour, and the only relief is to break up and never communicate again. Right? Okay. When you do that, you're good to go. Close up your jar, okay? And when you close up your jar, you want to get really mad, okay? You want to get just really mad, okay? And once you close up the jar, make sure you close it really tight, okay? You do not want this thing to leak, break, whatever, because trust me, it probably will smell and be very gross to clean up, okay? So whenever you're shaking it, you want to curse the targets, right? You want to say like, oh, I hate to see them together. I want to, I wish them the worst of luck. Discord, anger, hate, communication, confusion, breakup, death of their love, things like that. Okay. And after you've done that, you want to take a black candle. Now, this is a red candle. I'm just going to use it as a sample, but you want to use a black candle for this. Okay. In your black candle, you want to carve in the names of the people that you want to see break up, if this is a breakup spell. Okay? If you do have oils, which you can buy these oils and supplies and stuff online, Hoodoo supplies, okay? You want to carve both of them, so you want to say, John Doe, Jane Doe, with with some sort of pen, carving device, pin, needle, whatever, something to carve your candle with. And then on the other side, you want to say, hate or destruction or something like that. And that's optional. You don't really need to do that. But I think it makes it, it's a little bit more powerful whenever you put your intent on the actual candle. Once you've carved your candle, you want to burn your candle on top of your jar. But before you do that, you want to dress your candle. So you want to carve it, then dress it, okay? And it's called dressing whenever you put oil on your candle. I had crossing oil. You can get breakup oil. Destroy everything oil. I mean, there's a bunch of oils out there for darker purposes. Whenever you put your oil on your candle, you want to make sure that you're putting you're putting some of it on your finger and you're putting it on. You want to make sure that oil is going away from you. Okay, you want to apply it in that direction. You do not want to apply the oil like toward you. No, you don't want to cross yourself. You don't want to bring destruction in your own life, right? And that's what will happen if you dress your candle towards you whenever you're doing crossing type work. It's good to have uncrossing oil too, in order to protect yourself, okay? Because you're doing crossing work, the oil being on you can bring destruction and strife and stuff like that into your life. So you want to uncross yourself. You can get, uncrossing baths and oils, holy water, whatever it may be. Okay, you want to bless yourself after you've done this because it is a very dark spell. Now I want your candles dressed with your oil. Okay, you could put some cayenne pepper or something on the candle as well. That causes inflammatory type confusion. I'm going to take your candle, okay? Light your candle up and let your candle drip some wax on top of the jar. And then set your candle on top of the jar, okay? In your wax. It'll secure your candle to the top of your jar. You don't want your candle falling off. Trust me. Because if that would happen, then, you would, it would definitely, it can fall off, and then it heats up the sides of your jar, which causes it to crack, and you don't want to do that, or a fire. you do not want that either. Okay, you want to practice safe. And in my case, anytime I do this type of work, and anytime I light a candle on top of a metal lid, I watch that thing. I do not light it, go to sleep, or anything like that. Candles are very dangerous. They're nothing to mess with, right? So, another option that you have is to get something like this, okay? This is a candle holder where, you can actually set the candle holder on top of your jar. In my case, I can't because I got wax built up on there. You want to leave the wax on your jar after you left it burn. Okay? But I think it works best if it's, because when you light your candle and you burn it or whatever, it's called heating up the jar. And that causes the spell to go into a little bit more effect. Okay? So, yeah. And then after that, you just want to work with it every day. Okay? You want to shake it and just say, oh, I hate to see them together. They're going to hate each other. They're going to miscommunicate. They're going to, their life's going to fall apart. The only way they can resolve this issue is to break up completely. And, yeah. I'll share an experience with you, okay? When I put this jar together, okay, I felt different, okay? And I don't know why, but I burnt a candle in the room that I sleep in, and getting chills now. So what happened was I burnt a candle went out, I went to sleep. I woke up at 3:21 in the morning, okay? How weird is that? 3:21. Yeah, something's wrong then. And there was no reason for me to wake up. I mean, I had slept fine every other night, okay? Up until this point. Now, I don't know if it was because I was thinking about the jar, or maybe because the jar was the same room as me. I don't know. But I wasn't dreaming, but I woke up and I felt a presence, okay? And I felt like a fight was breaking out. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever witness family fighting or whatever, you get this feeling that overcomes you. It's like a negative feeling. I felt that way. And in my mind, I kept visualizing this black family, okay, with two children. And the children were crying, okay? And the parents were fighting and stuff. And I thought, this is unbelievable. Like, what the hell? So make sure, whatever you do, make sure you spiritually cleanse and be careful. If you do open a jar, you will release the spell, okay? One of the options that you have several options. Once you build the jar, you can bury it. It's best to bury it over a place where they'll both be walking. Now, it would be weird for you to go digging on somebody's property and throwing a jar in a hole and closing up the hole. But let's say that you're a landscaper or something like that. working at a house and you want to break up the couple for whatever reason, you could bury the jar there, right? So it all depends. It all depends on your situation. In my situation, um, which I said before, I did not do a breakup spell, but in my situation, burying that jar on the person's property is not an option for me, unless I want to go to jail, of course. But it's to curse, it's to hex. You know what I mean? And once you're done, you are actually to dispose of this jar by throwing it in running water. Just close. You keep it closed. Just throw it in running water. Um, it's definitely a dark spell. I almost can feel the dark energy in this room just having this jar here. Okay, I mean, it is disgusting. It looks like pond water. I mean, I can't even look at it without almost fucking gagging. It's disgusting. But it works. I think it's working for me. My intent is working. It's pretty amazing. I can't tell you anything more. All I know is I see results, and you know, make sure you do the cleansing bath. I mean, that's definitely important. It really is, because otherwise you have to deal with spooky shit that, and it can kill you. I mean, it's dangerous. It's dangerous stuff. I mean, if you put your belief and your intent in something evil, you do some sort of dark magic, okay? You need to cleanse your whole part, your whole house, whatever, yourself especially, you need to bless yourself. But yeah, if you have any questions though, you can link me, you can get a hold of me down below in the comment section. I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to religion. Um, this is a little bit darker type energy, type spell, and I don't like to do them for obvious reasons, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And if if you know the risks and you're willing to take them to achieve something, whatever, go for it. Just make sure you cleanse yourself. Alright, I think that's it. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave me a comment below.